So we're going to carry on now with method 3. We're going to do another example of the alternative method to find the lowest common multiple. This time we have two numbers, 15 and 35, so this method works just fine with two numbers as well. So I'm going to make my funny little box and I'm going to be asking myself, how can I divide these numbers by prime factors? I cannot divide by 2, but I can divide by 3. At least the 15. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. So 15 divided by 3 is 5, but 35 cannot divide by 3. So I'm going to go ahead and just put the 35 down here. Now I can't divide by 3, but I can divide by 5. So I'm going to divide 5 divided by 5 is 1, and 35 divided by 5 is 7. And I'm left with a 1 and a 7, so I'm going to divide by 7. Can't do that there. 7 divided by 7 is 1, and I'm done. So my lowest common multiple is the combination of 3 times 5 times 7. So 3 times 5 is 15, and 15 times 7 is 105. So my lowest common multiple of 15 and 35 is 105. Let's do a couple more together. We're going to find the lowest or least common multiple, and we can use any method. So I'd like to stick with the alternative method just because it's going to be new. But I may do the first method, the kind of counting up method too. I find those two are typically the ones that we're going to use more than the prime factorization, the second method. But whichever method works well for you is the one that you should use most often. And you may find that you'll change over time in what you enjoy doing. So LCM of 30 and 25. So I'm going to put my 30 and my 25 next to each other. 30 is divisible by 2, but 25 is not. I no longer can divide by 2. I'm going to divide by 3. 15 divided by 3 is 5, but 25 cannot. And now I can divide by 5. 5 divided by 5 is 1. 25 divided by 5 is 5. I'm almost done. I'm going to divide by 5 one more time. That's going to leave me nothing there, right? And 5 divided by 5 is 1. So when I have 1s on the bottom row, I know that I'm finished. My lowest common multiple is going to be 2 times 3 times 5 squared, or 25. So 2 times 3 is 6 times 25 is going to be 150. So my lowest common multiple of 30 and 25 is 150. Alternatively, you could do the counting, right? 30, 60, 90, 120, 150, 25, 50, 75, 100, 125, 150. This method also is working pretty quickly. So it does depend on how you view the numbers, how fast your multiplication skills are. There's a lot of factors in how you decide which way you want to find the lowest common multiple. For number 2, where we have 3 numbers, I really find the alternative method works actually fastest. But again, it depends on the numbers and what you see. So I'm going to go ahead now and I'm going to divide by 2. Can't divide 15 by 2, but I can divide 6 by 2 and 10 by 2. For my next row, none of these numbers are divisible by 2, but they can be divided by 3. 15 divided by 3 is 5. 3 divided by 3 is 1. 5 you can't, so you just bring it down. We're almost done here. We can divide by 5 now. 5 divided by 5 is 1. We just bring down that 1. 5 divided by 5 is 1. We are finished here. My lowest common multiple is 2 times 3 times 5. 2 times 3 is 6, times 5 is 30. So my lowest common multiple of 15, 6, and 10 is 30.